What's up, everybody? Know it's been a minute, but thanks for tuning in for another edition of Talking Shit with your boy Kyle Ref. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? Ate a lot, you know what I'm saying? Had a good time with family, that good stuff. But today I want to touch on the topic of Hip Hop 101. Now, what that means, Hip Hop 101 is the education, so to speak, of the whole cliche greatest rapper. Who's the greatest rapper? It all depends on how you look at it, to be honest. You can't just say it's one person who's the greatest rapper, because that one person might not have the best delivery. That one person might not have the best flow. That one person might not have the best word content. I think that great category belongs to a lot of different artists, so to speak. If you had to just boil all one rapper into one pot and say that rapper is the greatest, I can honestly say, as far as an artist that touches on all aspects of the art, delivery, flow, content, I would have to give it to Rakim, being that he was so prolific and poetic. At the same time, his delivery was masterful, and the way he can conduct his flow was even masterful as well. So I would have to give it to someone on that magnitude. Yes, there are a lot of great rappers. Jay-Z, for instance, is a great rapper. Wouldn't say that he has the best content, wouldn't say that he has the best delivery or the best flow, but he is very masterful at what he does. Biggie Smalls, the same thing. His flow, impeccable, mastered it. Content really is not, wasn't one of Biggie's fortes. He wasn't the best at content as far as the things that he addressed and talked about. What he did address and talk about, he conjuncted it with a masterful flow, and it made it sound very appealing. Tupac, content, crazy, right? But as far as the flow, Tupac really didn't have a flow. He had an energy, and he had a diction with how he would say his words that made it impeccable. Not so much a flow. He didn't really ride a beat smooth enough, to be considered the greatest of all time in the flow category. But he is still a great artist. So many other artists I could speak on. Jadakiss, for instance, never ever disappoints when it comes to what he delivers, what he puts on paper, how he delivers it to you. His flow is impeccable. His content is crazy. So he would be my number 2. Okay, for never disappointing, having flow, content, delivery, and all those things bunched up into one style, I would have to give my number 2 spot to Jadakiss, greatest of all time. Snoop Dogg, I can sit here and name a list of great rappers, but particularly not the greatest of all time. You have to have at least 4 of the 5, or not the whole catalog, to be considered the greatest of all time. Some people got 3 out of 5, some people got 2 out of 5, some people got 4 out of 5. But until you get an artist that has 5 out of 5, you cannot say that person is the greatest of all time. That's just how you have to view hip hop. Hip hop is a plethora of styles, words, deliveries, flows. You just can't say one person is the greatest of all time. A lot of people are great at what they do. A lot of people study themselves, study their crafts. They master their crafts, and they are great because no one can do what they do. But as far as from a fan's perspective, as far as how we perceive and judge artists, there can only be one greatest of all time. And in my definition of that, thus far, Rakim is the number one, because if you look at it, he has every aspect covered, from flow, delivery, style, articulation, word content. He has all of those things mastered. So he would be my candidate for greatest of all time. And like I said, Jadakiss being my number two, simply because of him having at least the 4 out of the 5 things accomplished on that board. Anybody else that falls under, it's no such thing as how many people gonna fall, who's number 55. Like, none of that stuff matters, like, because everybody's great at what they do. Personally, I respect everybody for their craft and what they bring to the table. So, just to speak on that, for anybody who's out here trying to make arguments about who's this and who's that, look at the track records of these artists and make your determinations based off of that. Not so much, who you like just because they're your favorite artist, or you might relate to them, or whatever. Do the real history, do the real knowledge and the education behind hip-hop to find out who really deserves that spot, or those spots, so to speak. That's all I have for you today on today's Talking Shit. I hope you enjoyed it, and for anybody who wants to chime in and give your comments below, and let me know what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? And let's see if we can get some perspective on this reign of hip hop that's been going on for so long. All right, I think it's about time, don't you? All right, thanks for tuning in, and this has been Talking Shit. Peace.